Hello, everyone. Welcome to none other than the penultimate, actually it's the ultimate and the very last day of the GIVA 2021 Summit. I am super stoked and grateful for all the judges that I've interviewed throughout the last 14 days. And I am super blessed today to have the GIVA 2021 Changemaker Award winner joining us today, because it's the most important category ever, as it is in line with the theme as well as the very ethos, very essence of what GIVA stands for. So by divine intervention, by accident, call it whatever you want to call it, fate, I am so glad that we saved this interview conversation for last, because it really needed to end on that high. So without further ado, please allow me to welcome Arlen Kisira, who is also now my friend and a GIVA Changemaker ambassador and champion. Arlen, welcome to today's conversation. Brilliant. And it looks like you got the memo that today we're going to wear our little bows. And it's so brilliant because who couldn't have faked this? It's such a big coincidence. But I really think it's a divine intervention, because we're literally tying the bow on this gift that keeps giving, right? So I love it. So welcome to today's conversation, Arlen. How are you?
Thank you so much. The coincidences don't end. It has been a string of them from day one.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to God for this day.
Yeah, brilliant.
The entire GIVA experience has been something to thank God for. And I'm really glad that we are here today. Thank you for having me, Jennifer.
100% agree. So I am so stoked, so excited to have you, because you, out of all the other GIVA nominees and candidates that entered, I think you gave me the biggest challenge. So, and for me, the bigger the challenge, the better and the sweeter the result, right? I said that you gave me the biggest challenge is because you fought me. You literally told me you were not qualified to be doing this. You were this. You gave me all kinds of excuses that you could give me, even though the nomination came on a silver platter. You were one of those people that received the scholarship last year. So you didn't have to pay a penny. You didn't have to go and rob the bank or do anything. It's just that we as Akenbrook noticed your presence on social media. We investigated a little bit, we dug into your background, we researched about you, and we felt that you qualified, ticked all the boxes to be awarded the Changemaker Award. And yet, instead of gracefully just saying, thank you, I'll take it, you're like, no, thank you, I'm not taking it. So that's humility, and that challenge, everything was just ticking the right boxes. That actually made you the perfect Changemaker Award recipient. So tell me, what was that like? I know I'm giving you a hard time.
No. I actually want to share this story because I know that I'm not the only one. Probably someone else might feel exactly how I felt. But the surprising thing, I don't know if I have ever told you this before, is that I was actually praying for something like GIVA, even though I didn't know it existed.
Right.
I was at a point where I was very ready and committed to start moving according to my calling and according to my purpose. I might just surprise you that years ago, maybe about 7-8 years ago, I finished school and worked for 2 years and then got into marriage. And when I got into marriage, I felt like this is what I want to do the rest of my life. Just take care of my babies and my people, and that's it. But after a few years, after having 3 babies, I really wanted to do more. I really felt like it just can't be this. There's something I need to do in the world, and that kept calling. So GIVA found me at a time when I'm actually ready to move. And
Amazing.
I was praying because I knew I couldn't do it alone. I wanted like a tribe, people to do it together with, and it was GIVA. But when it showed up, then all the fears, all the doubts, everything just rose up. All my beliefs, I felt unqualified. I felt not ready. I wanted it, but then I felt like, yeah,
can you stay there? Can you stay where you were just now? Because then I can see you closer to the camera. When you did,
okay.
Yeah, brilliant. That's perfect.
Yes, I was ready to move, and I was praying for GIVA, even though I didn't know it existed. And then God just brought it just like that.
Yeah.
And then the fears started to rise. I felt like, but it can't be so easy. It just can't come like that. Maybe I needed to work a little harder and go somewhere along the way on my goals. But GIVA had all the reasons, and there is no excuse I could come up with to stop the move of God. That's what I can say at this point, because now I have seen how far that challenge, that award has brought me. It helped me overcome all those fears, all those obstacles. My confidence is now higher, and I can serve better at this point, and I'm forever grateful for GIVA.
Wow, brilliant. We praise God indeed for that, that enabling and that softening of the spirits and the mind and the heart. The one thing that you mentioned was that, you just said to me that you had fear. And one time I went to a conference, I think it was one of these Robinson conferences in Las Vegas. In about 2005, I'm showing my age now, how old I am. It was a spring harvest conference of some sort, and I attended that conference. And the one biggest takeaway that I took away from that conference was this sentence: fear is evidence appearing real. So that fear, the word is an acronym which translates into fear is evidence appearing real. So most of us get that fright. Most of us get afraid of the things that we don't know about. We have what is expressed as the fear of the unknown, right? So even when something actually is real and it's banging you on the head, but if you can tell that it's a hand of maybe your loved one, but if it's in the dark, you can't see the shape of his hand, you're gonna go, what? You're gonna be so afraid, because we are engineered that way as human beings, to be afraid of what we don't know. So it's fair to say that you were in the right mindset, but also I believe that fear also grounds us. It also keeps us humble, because if you're not afraid, then you end up being the opposite of being a humble. You end up being cocky, you end up being overconfident, you end up being all sorts of traits that we don't want to see in any human being, right? So thank you so much for sticking with the program and taking on the challenge even whilst you were afraid, because that again is one of the best attributes and traits that a change maker has, and you personify that type of person. So tell me, so how has your journey, so we've just discussed how it was before you got into GIVA, and how was it now when you got into GIVA? You won the award, you knew that you had scooped it. Before that, you actually were selected to be one of the keynote speakers along with Christine. So tell me what was going on in your mind, in your heart at that very moment, because I haven't actually interviewed you since.
Yes, you haven't. It has been a life-changing journey. To summarize it, I can say it has been life-changing. It has been grounding me in my purpose, and it was the companion that I was actually praying for, somebody that gives you that extra little push when you want to back off, or when you want, to hide under the table. GIVA has been that to me. Yeah. The confidence, the last year since I won that award, amazing things have happened. I've gone ahead to register my social enterprise, the Success Movement, and that's a very big win. I wouldn't have done it with the confidence that I got, but I knew that being a change maker, you don't need to change the whole world at one moment. You just change one person, touching one person, one step at a time. So that has given me the momentum to move every day. I got an opportunity around July. I submitted an abstract in the mental health conference, and it was because of that confidence. I was now at a level where I trusted my vision. So I just wrote a very simple abstract and submitted it in the mental health conference about a self-awareness tool, using it as for stress management among youth and also for increasing productivity. And it was received with a lot of warmth. As I talk now, I am writing a whole guide to be used in schools and in for youth in the community and all that. And I don't know how far that will go, but I see that there's tremendous progress because of that confidence that I got, because of that belief. And again, you believed in me and I saw it, and it's happening again and again. It's happening again.
Okay, I've never cried interviewing anybody, but this is really, really making me bawl. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I am totally touched. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm one of those people who is just stoical and so strong. I didn't see this coming. I'm sorry. Carry on. Just like literally, this is such a blessing.
That's
and it's amazing.
I cry every time I think about it. I'm just stronger now, but yes, it is that big. The synchronicities have kept happening ever since I won that change maker. I now know I am a change maker, and I know what a change maker now looks like. I had a false idea of what it means. I now know what it is.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry, everybody. This is just literally too much for me, because, I'm literally so humbled, Arlen, to hear you say things like that, because much as this was my vision and I believed in it and I obeyed God to run with it when I got it. I have to be honest with you. There are days that I wake up and I doubt myself and I ask God to say, this is so hard to do this. Behind the scenes, what people don't actually see, GIVA is really hard to do. And I always say to God, but why? Why would you make me do such a big, big thing? Am I in over my head? Am I even making a difference? That's the point. That's the question that I usually ask God. It's like, this is so useless. This is such a waste of space. It's just a waste of time. I could have been focusing on making applications, sending proposals to big corporations who are going to pay me £10,000 per month. I'm not even seeing the footprint of this is happening. So I'm just wasting my space and my time, and I'm just annoying people, like calling them out, like I did with you, calling Chris out. I just feel like sometimes I'm just annoying people with all the social media posts and everything. And I always feel like I am such a nuisance to people, and I'm just wasting their time. This is me confessing and telling it to you so raw. I've never told anyone this before. And this has been my inner thoughts inside me going on. So you have literally changed my life, because your title is Change Maker, and you've literally changed my perspective about GIVA threefold. If I believed in GIVA, now I am 1000% convinced it is God's calling. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm so sorry for crying on camera. That's really silly. So sorry for that. Didn't intend or expect to get that emotional. So thank you. Yeah, it's getting hot in here. So, wow, okay. So I'm sorry, I even interrupted what you were saying. So it has given you more courage to do what you've been doing. And I'm sorry, I've lost track of what you were saying. So carry on talking what you were saying.
So yes, Thank you so much, Jennifer. I am so glad that I'm here sharing this with you, because that's the impact I got all these years going through this. I'm thinking, but God, how could you are in this, you are in this. I am not alone. That was my prayer, and God answered it with bonuses. I am not on this journey alone. GIVA is supporting me, giving me that courage. Do you know how much time it would have taken me to get over those obstacles, those fears? Maybe I would have just given up altogether and just don't do anything, because I felt like I need to, to prove myself to the entire world before I can take a step. Wow. And you just wipe that all away, and I'm ready to go. I'm unstoppable now. Trust me.
I love that. I love that. So literally, we gave you that push. It's not about, in fact, if anybody's listening and watching this, GIVA does not actually give a medal that you put on the mantle, because we believe that the award itself, it's a mind gift, as Arlen has been expressing. It's not about the gold medal that you receive and you put. Yes, it will be nice to actually have something on your mantle and your display that you can show off with. But these people, these women are social impact entrepreneurs that are making real change on the grassroots level in their communities. And they're so down to earth, and they're so real and authentic. A medal on their, I don't know why I keep pointing behind, because I don't even have a medal. A medal wouldn't make any difference, because it's all in there, in their hearts, right? They're so humble that it wouldn't make a difference to them in terms of the trajectory of the journey that you guys are on. I don't know why I'm addressing the people, but I'm addressing you. So I really believe that now I can see that this, Alexa, stop. This is a very tangible experience that is actually changing lives and educating minds as we wanted it to do. Exactly. I'm so grateful for this testimonial and for this feedback that you're giving me today. Do you know what? I am glad that we haven't actually had a conversation for 11 months since it happened. So, we wanted this to ferment and brew and grow and the fruits to be seen first before we could sit down and talk. So I think somehow it was destined that we wouldn't have this conversation until today. My goodness. Okay, carry on. So talk.
That is it, Jennifer. That is it.
Wow. So now we've moved from you being a caterpillar to a butterfly. You've grown your wings literally in the last 11 months, because it's going to be 12 months next month, right? So you've literally got your wings to fly, darling. And on top of that, we've also given you the captain wings, right? Because this year, you're the first ever Changemaker judge to sit in this position this year. How brilliant is that? And how do you feel about that?
Oh my goodness, I feel so humbled and honored. And when this came, I was already at a level where I'm not scared of challenges. I was so humbled when it came. I wasn't expecting it, but I was like, okay, let me see what happens.
There goes Jennifer again.
Let's go. And here I am. I'm ready to do this. I'm open to surprises, but I'm here to see what I can contribute. Maybe somebody that I can spot like I was spotted, and give them that push that I received, that has pushed me on such a hill that I wouldn't have climbed alone. So yes, brilliant. I'm very excited about this, very excited.
And you know what, which is so funny that you say it that way, because I don't know, I actually realized that you don't know this. So I'm going to tell this to you on camera, which is a little bit uncouth. But your category is the only category that doesn't get entered into. It's one of the 5 categories, sorry, that people don't have to submit, because it's 100% on what we call efficacy observation. So you are going to pick 3 people that have impacted you, that have influenced you, that you feel are change makers, random picks. And then out of those 3, you're going to interview them and then shortlist whoever you feel. You can pick as many as 5 and shortlist to 3. And then once you shortlist them to 3, this now I'm telling you the behind the scenes of what we did with you, with your selection. And then you present that finalists to the judges to interview them in the final interview, and then 2 people, and then they'll decide on who the winner is. So it is so amazing and ironic that you actually didn't know that this is how it works. And you just went ahead and said that you will be talking to these people and looking for this. This is amazing. So what is it that you will be looking for in particular? Traits, what are the traits and attributes will you be looking for in these Changemaker candidates, nominees?
For the Changemaker, I'll be looking for empathy. Brilliant. I'll be looking for authenticity.
Yeah.
I want to find somebody who has empathetic and has found a problem, a social problem that they are actually already taking action on in whatever way they are doing it. Somebody who has maybe a collaborative spirit, wanting to work with others so that they can bring change into their community and into the world. Yeah.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it so much, because your criteria is not the same criteria as mine, but somehow there's so much synergy into exactly what we would want to see in that person. So it's brilliant. I love it. And also, I just wanted to, I want to say, I actually forgot. Anyway, never mind. So those are brilliant attributes that you'll be looking for. And excuse me, do you have any advice that you want to give to these people that maybe in terms of visibility, so that they can make themselves visible in your radar, perhaps, because they don't have to apply. It's because being a change maker is 100% earned. It's not, it's earned, like, you know, the way I always say public relations is what you pray for, and advertising is what you pay for. So you cannot pay your way through to being a change maker, in the same way that a thought leader, you cannot go on, you know, I always say this, you cannot go on LinkedIn and write in your bio, I say, I am a change maker, or I am a thought leader. No, other people call you a change maker. Other people call you a thought leader. So that is why we can't put this as a category where people actually enter themselves, because that is considered. You cannot call yourself a change maker until other people honor you with that title, and then you can claim it for yourself, as you are doing. So brilliant. So what would be that advice that you would give to anybody who's sort of in your peripheral and is looking and listening to this program and this conversation and thinking, wow, I think I could get close and personal?
Yes, I will exactly speak to that person who is having thoughts like that. Somebody who feels like it is time for me to expand my reach. It is time for me to start showing up in the world, to begin acting on all the ideas that I have, to, you know, begin touching one person at a time. That's the kind of person that I would like to encourage to step up. One thing that actually I learned again from GIVA is about the oneness of all of us. Like the time I was praying for GIVA was actually looking for me. So I believe there are people who are there and they are ready to move. They have already been working behind the scenes and solving social problems in their communities, and they're already touching lives. I want to encourage them to go ahead and do everything that is in their power to do right now, and not be afraid to speak about the achievements they have so far, because there are people watching and they're learning even from their small steps, even from their struggles, even from their challenges. So I just encourage everybody who is listening to us to move, to accept that call and begin moving right now. And then GIVA is on the lookout to identify the people who are making a difference. Yes.
Yay. Oh my goodness. I could have never, ever in my wildest dreams and vocabulary explained it or articulated it better than that. So I thank you. I thank you so much for that. Well done. So tell me, I am keen to know a little bit more. I know we're almost running out of time, coming to an end of our talk today. Tell me, what are your plans? What is the most exciting thing that is going on in your life at the moment, in your Changemaker world? Whose lives are you transforming? And I know it's not an area that you want to brag about, but like you say, just to these people that are listening, they need to step up. I want to hear it, because I think this is you putting your light on top of the table rather than keeping it under the table, so that you can inspire and spur others on. So go ahead and tell me, what are the brilliant things that you're doing?
Oh yes, Jennifer, I'm excited to share that with you. So the first thing, quickly, is the self-awareness guide that I'm writing. I've actually already written, and God has made a way to connect me with experts in psychology and mental health, and they're currently reviewing it. Once they're done, it will be out. I look forward to publishing it so that it can get into the hands of many youth out there, so that they may begin to understand how life is done, such that, you know, success is no longer a mystery, so that they don't have to struggle solving problems that have already been solved. And they begin to understand that these challenges have already been faced by others, and they have already been overcome, and they can rise on the shoulders of giants, people who have already gone through. The self-awareness guides really talks about self-awareness, but it also combines, you know, the psychology of failure and success, and it also provides assertive skills and soft skills that people need to thrive in their ability to be change makers, in their ability to contribute in their communities. So I can't wait for that to come out. But I'm also, now that the Success Movement is launched and it is registered, I am taking bolder steps. I'm planning to come onto Facebook and create a group and begin, you know, serving my people in whatever way I feel like, on a more regular basis than I have been doing. I'll just be showing up every time I'm inspired to share something, so that I can teach those who are on the group, and that will give me even the ability to reach youth who are outside Uganda, because I'm looking at the entire Africa and maybe the whole world. Who knows?
Why not? Why not? You are a Global Ignite Vision Action Award Changemaker winner. Global is the key word. So definitely, yes, the world is your oyster. Oh my gosh, you are amazing. What you're doing is awesome. And I am so, so humbled and privileged to call you my friend now. We're GIVA buddies. To call you my friend and my sister, even more that, because we are kindred spirits. We come from the same continent. We have faced the same challenges growing up. We have faced the same barriers to entry. We have faced so many things in similar ways. So you are my soul sister in so many ways. So I really do appreciate you, and I'm holding this space for you, rooting for you, and praying that the powers that be may bless you, richly bless you, and honor you for everything that you are doing. And I've never done this before on the show, but I want to leave you with this verse, Numbers 6:24 to 26. That is the verse that I want you to stand on. That is the shoulder of the giant that you need to stand on, okay? Borrowing your own words and advice to others. So I am super, super blessed and honored to have had this final conversation, no less, with you and to have been in this space with you at this particular time. If you have anything else that you want to say as parting words, parting wisdom, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. GIVA is here. I encourage everybody who feels called to apply in one of the spaces to go ahead and apply. GIVA is, I know from experience, what many ladies out there are praying for. And it is here. For those who have seen it, share it with others. Let them come and be blessed with whatever is here. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for standing. Thank you for serving and honoring the call. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. The honor is all mine. So there you have it, ladies and ladies. There's no gentlemen. There you have it, everybody. This has been an inspirational talk with my friend and sister, Arlen Kisira, tuning in all the way from Uganda. Are you in Kampala?
Yes,
from
yes.
Kampala, Uganda. And it's been such an immense pleasure having you all tune in and supporting us and rooting for us with GIVA. And I just reiterate before I let Arlen go, before we go off live, is that we still do have a lot of scholarships available that have just come available since yesterday. So if you're thinking you're inhibited, you've got a barrier for financial constraints, and especially inviting people from least economically developed countries like in Africa, in Asia, and any other least economically developed countries, we really want to encourage you to apply and request for the scholarship code so that you can enter the awards 100% free of charge, because we know that you are holding on to a blessing that you can pass on to the next person. And we don't want to be the people or the organization that blocks that blessing from being spread globally. So I just want to leave you with this, to invite you, do not be shy, do not feel intimidated either. Just be yourself, come as you are, be authentic, and claim your spot in the GIVA movement. With that being said, I want to thank you, my friend, for being here. And I want to thank you, everybody, for attending the Ignite Summit 2022. And I will see you during the award ceremony on October 22nd at 7 p.m. British Summer Time. That being said, I bid you light and I wish you abundance in everything that you do. God bless.